Hello and welcome to my new video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lex, and typically I do Animal Crossing themed videos, whether it's a build or a tour or just an inspiration video. That is my forte here on YouTube, but today I wanted to present you all with some game recommendations. These are games that I handpicked as a self-proclaimed Animal Crossing professional. I think that if you enjoyed Animal Crossing New Horizons, you'll enjoy these games as well, and I'll present some reasons for that as we go along. I do want to say here in the beginning that I will not be including the more obvious popular recommendations. In fact, I will just go ahead and list those for free for you so we can get that out of the way. I don't want any, why didn't you mention this? Because it's obvious, and everyone should already have these games. Let's talk about it. We've got Stardew Valley, the post-apocalyptic Stardew Valley, also known as My Time at Portia. We've got Spiritfarer, Cozy Grove, Story of Seasons, games that you would already probably associate with Animal Crossing players, with cozy gamers, if you will. The games that I mentioned today are going to have the overarching commonality of me liking them and also liking Animal Crossing. So, you know, maybe something about my personality will match something about yours and we'll both enjoy the game, and maybe not. You know, if you hate any of these games, leave a comment. I mean, do you hate the game or do you just hate me? Boys, girls, and gamers, let's get into it. I'm just kind of gonna run around my island while we talk about this because that's who I am as a person. The first game for today is going to be Townscaper. I am very new to this game, just played it for the first time like 2 hours ago. I was browsing cozy games on every social media known to humankind, and I was like, what kind of game would compare with the terraforming aspect of Animal Crossing? And I think the short answer is none of them really match the fun that I have terraforming in Animal Crossing, but Townscaper is somehow more satisfying. You get all of the joy of shaping this like living place, except none of the absolute tediousness, the tedium, if you will, of waiting for your character to actually build that cliff. It's so obnoxious. If you play Animal Crossing as much as I do, and I'm nearing 2,500 hours, which is not rookie numbers anymore, you'll know that it can be so annoying terraforming just because of the time it takes. In Townscaper, it is so fast. Literally, this is the first 30 seconds of my gameplay. I open the game, there's like no intro, no storyline, you just get to build. You get to choose the color of the building you want to do, and then you can just experiment with different shapes, different ways to create, you know, this little, for lack of a better word, island. It is an adorable game. I really like the creativity you can bring to it with all of the different colors, with the different building styles you can create, and it comes for a really low price, so I think it's worth at least trying, seeing if it's the kind of thing you want to do. I think it's a very chill, mindless kind of game, not something you're going to have to really focus on. It's something to, I think, de-stress after a long day is what I would recommend it for. It is just a good time. It's a good time. Coming in at number 2 on my list today is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This is one that I expect you've probably heard of if you're in the gaming sphere at all, especially if you enjoy Animal Crossing. I know Kirby really hit the Animal Crossing social media world as well. For me, it was all over my Twitter feed, and I'm so glad it was. Let me tell you, if you enjoy the roaming aspect of Animal Crossing, be able to walk around, and the cuteness of the graphics, that classic Nintendo feel, you know, the precious characters, it's just a good time. Kirby was a really interesting, I think, version of, you know, actually having action, having fights, but them being challenging, not in a stressful way. I would say that this is about the same stress level as the easier levels of Mario. There are definitely some challenging parts of Kirby, but there is an easy mode. It's definitely something you can pass the time with. I would drop hours and hours of my day into this game just playing for so long. It really holds your attention. The different levels, the level-based gaming is so fun, and I had such a good time saving Waddle Dees. I also really enjoyed the power-ups that you could find and then upgrade for Kirby. That was a super enjoyable part of the game for me. It kind of reminded me of, you know, leveling yourself up in Animal Crossing, unlocking terraforming, upgrading your island, except it was just the character and learning how to master Kirby's little abilities. I thought that it was so cute. I mean, I can't get over the graphics for this game. It's beautiful, it's fun, definitely worth the money, and yeah, I think that if you enjoy Animal Crossing, you might get a kick out of this as well. Another thing is that Animal Crossing players have been lobbying for mini games to come back to the franchise in New Horizons, and while they were unsuccessful, there are some little mini games in Kirby in the Forgotten Land. So, you know, if you miss minigames, I don't think they compare at all to the Animal Crossing ones, but I've never played the Animal Crossing minigames, so let me know in the comments. You know, there are a couple minigames in Kirby. I think they're fun, and again, they are kind of mindless. There's not something that you're gonna have to like put all of your brain power and attention into. It's just a fun little pastime. Number 3 is perhaps my favorite on this list right now. I'm talking about Cat Cafe Manager when I tell you that this game is precious. Basically, you get to run a cat cafe. That is pretty clear from the title of the game, I think, but you actually get to adopt strays for your cafe. I chose a black cat, and you get to name them also, and you do get to customize your own character. So you pick a name for yourself, skin color, hair color, and you also get to pick the cat's name, the cat you can name. I named mine Rolls. I have a black cat named Rolly in real life. Look at me and Rolls together in this game. How cute are we? How cute are the cats? Anyway, you get to adopt cats, and you can find them forever owners out of the clients that come to your cafe. I think it is precious. I think you'll enjoy this if you enjoy the cute little cats in Animal Crossing, of course, but also the decorating thing. If you enjoy Happy Home Paradise, I think you'll enjoy getting to put your cafe together, take it from a rickety old cafe to something really cute, really precious, really awe-inspiring, and attractive to the masses who are just coming in for a cup of tea or coffee. I just think it's a good game all around, and it also has witchy vibes. I say that because it has things like witches, believe it or not. There are also things like an ancient shrine. I'm not very far in the game yet, but I'm so excited to see where this takes me. I have been putting it off. I've seen this game all over social media lately, especially on Twitter and TikTok for me, and I just hadn't had time to really devote to it yet, but I finally got it and I'm having the time of my life. Please let me know if you download this game. It is adorable. It's stunning. I am obsessed already. The next game is Garden Story. I think that this game is so surprising. When I first heard the name Garden Story, I was picturing, you know, a sort of farm sim, except maybe a gardening sim. It's not at all that. There is combat involved, very like chill combat so far for me. I've devoted like 30-50 hours to the game so far, and it is just a good time. You get to play as like a little grape, first of all, which is precious. Imagine getting to be a little fruit. I mean, some of you probably can, but it's just a really good game. I have had such a good time with it so far, and I especially love the graphics of this game, actually, just the design. It's like pixels, like a very blocky game, but very cartoony somehow. It's just, I love it. I think it is such a well done game. The storyline so far has been great. The other characters in the game are so interesting, and I think it's fun. It's a pastime, and it's also something that if you're looking for a game that won't kind of be a time sink, something that you can jump in and out of as you wish to, I think this is a good example, because even if I was in an exciting part of the game, it didn't make it so that I couldn't step away. Kind of like, I don't know, an example for me would be Breath of the Wild. I know you can save at any point, but once I got dedicated to a mission, I couldn't stop. This game doesn't like suck you into it like that. It's a good game for picking up for an hour or so, setting it down. The fifth game I'd like to recommend to you today. This one obviously got a lot of fanfare. People were super excited when it came out, and so I wouldn't say it's underrated at all. It is Pokemon Legends Arceus. For obvious reasons, this game made waves in the Animal Crossing community. It was all I saw on my Twitter feed for days. It's just fun. If you appreciate the island residents on Animal Crossing New Horizons, if you appreciate the cuteness of the animals and getting to roam around and be free on your island, you're going to enjoy Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's like sort of an open world kind of vibe. You can roam around the different places where you can hunt for Pokemon. I did finally complete my Pokédex in the game, and that was like my biggest achievement of 2021 or 2022. I don't even remember when I played at this point. Time is a construct. It was just so fun. I love the characters. There is a compelling storyline. In my opinion, I don't have a lot of experience with Pokemon games, but this one was good enough that I wanted to play more. It's so fun collecting these precious Pokemon, and there is a sort of challenge because you have to find them, you have to have the right type of Pokeball to catch some of them, and there are, you know, like little Pokemon fights. I wouldn't say little, some of them are quite difficult, but it was a good time, and it was something that I could pass hours on just finding new Pokemon to add to my Pokédex. I also really loved being able to customize my outfit, being able to change it, getting new hairstyles and hair colors. That was very fun and also reminiscent of Animal Crossing for me. It was very like getting, you know, outfits and stuff from the Able Sisters shop. It was a great experience. It's also not like Able Sisters at all, the system in Pokemon Legends Arceus, but anyway, just trying to tie it in some way to Animal Crossing apart from the fact that Pokemon equal animal residents? Wild. Those are all of the recommendations I have for you today. I hope that you enjoy at least one of them, that you're inspired to try out one of these games. Let me know in the comments if you've already played one of these or more. Let me know if you have a favorite, and of course, let us know if you have any cozy game recommendations yourself for the Switch. I was focusing on the Switch today because that's my primary source of gaming. It used to be Xbox, but I'm a changed woman. Yeah. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you all next time. Bye!